All right, appreciate you guys being here. Obviously, we're excited to come back home, play at home this week versus Akron. Joe Moorhead, a coach I have a long history versus and a lot of respect for. He beat us at Temple when he was the head coach of Fordham on a Hail Mary at the end of the game. Was at Penn State and did a great job as the OC there, and a guy that I consider a friend. So I look forward to having the chance to compete against him. In terms of injuries, Janier Bonner will be out for the year. He tore his ACL in the game on Thursday. We're pretty healthy other than that. And with that, I'll take your questions.
It's a factor in a lot of different ways, leadership on and off the field. What kind of loss is that on the field, and then how he can still contribute off the field?
It's a tremendous loss on the field. He's a great football player. He plays on all the special teams. He's a wideout. He's a running back. He's a fullback. He's a tight end. He can just do it all. Selfless. He's a great teammate. I'm sure he'll continue to inspire his teammates, though, with his attitude, and I just know how much he means to everybody. So he doesn't mean a lot to us because he's a good player, though he means a lot to us because of who he is, and so everyone will rally around him, and we'll watch him come back better than ever.
You had a lot of younger guys playing on that D line when you got to watch the game back. What's sort of your overall take on their first performance?
Yeah, I think. Anytime you give up 200 yards rushing, you're not going to be real happy. With that being said, a lot of it, 96 of it was the quarterback, and a lot of that was, pass rush, and so we'll have to, him not even design runs, him getting out and running. So we'll have to work on that. I think we talk a lot about it, but I don't know if we did a good enough job as coaches of doing it. You're facing Dylan and TJ and Jalen. You're facing a lot of guys who are, pocket pro style quarterbacks. So TJ can move. But the holy grail of things that most defensive coaches don't like, or an excellent outside zone team, a tempo team, and a running quarterback. And Cincinnati is all three of those, and Coach Satterfield has been for a long time. So when you face those types of teams, you build your team differently. If you're a 3-4 team, you play with four eyes, you make the ball run to the sideline. We don't face a lot of that in the Big Ten. So it was a tough matchup for us in that regard. But we have to play better. We have to get off blocks better. We have to level out our rush better. And, we saw it on tape. We tried to adjust it during the game. And, like even watching last night, Notre Dame and Miami. Notre Dame kept hurting Miami with the quarterback draw, yet Miami continued to rush. And then at the end of the day, they got there. So we'll have to pick our spots a little bit better. But it wasn't like they were, their running backs didn't have 100 yards rushing or 106 yards maybe, so we'll have to, it wasn't the traditional run game, it was the quarterback. And I thought he was a heck of a player. I walked right up to him after the game. I knew before the game, I saw a lot of scouts, like higher up guys I know, and they were all there to see him in the tight end. And then after the game, I told him they didn't have 100 yards rushing in the first half. 100 yards of offense in the first half, I don't believe. I don't know what the number was. You guys would know. And so they did a nice job of adjusting and just saying, hey, we're going to run this guy to try to get a win. And so we have to do a better job up front. But I thought some guys did some really good things, and some other guys, will have to make some improvement this week.
On that your running back position, Coach, how important is it moving forward that you try to get a second, third guy going more in these next two games at home?
Yeah. I wasn't happy with it. Dana was like, hey, he made the call. So I let my coordinators coach. I wanted to get Isaiah and Makai in, but once Dana said to me, hey, Coach, I made that call, I said, okay, cool. Emmett was hot. We went with Emmett. We'll have to get Isaiah. We'll have to get Makai, and we'll have to get Quentin in the game more. Makai had a great run that he cut back and got vertical, and unfortunately we missed one block, or else it might have gone for a ways. So I'm just biding my time with those guys. But I wanted to play them more. But Dana was feeling it. He went with what he went with, and that's his call. So I was good with it once he said that. So, but that won't be the plan moving forward. I don't think. I think we'll have to play more guys.
On that D line, what did you think about the contributions you got from Weri in his first action?
Yeah, I thought Will did a nice job. He made a lot of plays running to the sidelines. He, like everybody else, there's things we'll want to improve on this week. He lined up a little bit wide at times, and so he had some good rushes that maybe he was a step away on. That if we get him a little bit tighter, he's got a great speed to power move, and we'll have to continue to emphasize that this week. But I love the fact of seeing him run around, seeing him run to the ball. He ran down on the first third down, ran down, made the tackle after we overran it. made the play on the fumble. Javen might have scooped and scored had he not done that, though they called it incomplete, so they probably would have blown it dead. But happy to see Will fly around like that.
Hey, Coach, you didn't mention dealing on the injury report. After the game, he came in with ice on his hand. Was anything into that or just precautionary?
Yeah, I think he hit his hand, but he threw the ball. We practiced last night. He threw the ball. I was sitting next to my wife on the bus, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" So I said, "I don't know. We'll see."
What about your left tackle position? You guys did 3-man rotation. Did you like how that went? And you have to eventually kind of settle in on a guy.
Yeah, we're not going to be a 3-man rotation real long, but I think everybody had some good plays. Everybody had some plays you like back. I mean, sort of some of the things I talked to you guys about one last week. Held true, right? So I mean, we false started at the 1-foot line, but there were also a lot of good plays too. So. We just felt like everyone deserved a chance to play, and we wanted to put it on tape. I think sometimes you have to see your team versus other teams to see exactly what you're doing well and not doing well. The old, I don't know if Coach Osborne or Coach Solich said it, but Coach Paterno used to say to us all the time, you make your biggest improvement between week 1 and week 2. So part of that's also kind of refining that and seeing where those guys fit. And, at right tackle, we played just Teddy. We didn't play Tyler. So we'll go through this week. I think the good thing is I think everyone knows that we'll rotate. So they all have to have, a chance to compete and practice. And as a player, that's all you can really want is a chance to compete. So we graded the tape, and we'll just kind of look at it this week too.
What did you use the extra 2 days for that you had because it was a Thursday game? And how'd you feel just about the response when you got back on Friday and were around the team?
Yeah, so we wanted to lift at 11. I told you guys we're going to lift, and we didn't get home till 4. So I didn't make them lift at 11. Our non-travel guys didn't get back till 5. Like my kids and the coaches' kids that took the bus down didn't get back till about 5. So I didn't make them lift at 11. But they did come in and watch the tape at 3:30, and we went through it like methodically on Friday. Then we came back. We gave them Saturday off, and they came back in yesterday, and we went through it again, a little bit more crisp. I wanted them just to take some time. I asked them to grade themselves from Friday to Sunday. So they graded themselves on the things that they can control, their effort, their technique, their assignment discipline. And then yesterday we came in and we just, we had another day to lift, another day to recover. A lot of guys came out on Saturday, I know, to recover. And then we had an actual practice yesterday. So it was good to have, obviously Akron played on Thursday, so we had a chance to see what they're doing. And we went out and we got a lot of work yesterday too.
Maybe this is a question that's fit for each level of the defense. Did you feel like your defense flew around and ran the way that you were kind of hoping they would?
I think they played hard. I think the way John said it really well. I think they played hard. I think we have to play faster. And this part of that's key. Now, I say this. I thought we covered really well. I mean, in modern college football, to play a Power 4 team and hold them to 69 yards passing, I don't know how often that happens. So I don't really know what the narratives are out there. Like I know that's really hard to do. And I think, like your Sierra, you get no targets, but he's sticky. Like you look at last year and you look at this year, we're way stickier. And I thought 4 was a heck of a player for them. I thought he was a really, we knew he was a good player from La Tech, or I forget which one. I get confused, but we knew from previously he was going to be a good player. He's fast, he's athletic. And so, I thought he was a really good player watching him out there, and I thought Andrew Marshall played really well. I thought Donovan Jones played really well. I thought Keese played really well. We covered well. Guthrie got in the game. He played well. Early in the game, I felt like we weren't running good angles, which is disappointing because that's all we talk about. And that comes down to trust. It just comes down to trusting yourself, but trusting your teammates. And sometimes you have to go out and play a game or two and see it and then be like, oh, geez, I have to fix this. So early on, I saw a lot of guys just trying, kind of breaking down a little too early. So we emphasized that again yesterday. They got better as the game went on. We were so dominant in terms of the time of possession that sometimes almost on defense, you'd like to get into a little bit of a rhythm. It's like we went 3 and out, and then they knocked the ball out. We scored, and then we had the ball in the second half. They went a long time without playing. I would have liked to have seen us play a little faster, but I think the biggest thing is just playing fast. Sometimes tempo has a chance to do that to you. John's getting the call in. Guys are panicked because they feel the tempo. They're not really getting the call fast enough, making all the checks that you have to make. And so just settling them down, I think, was one of the things that showed up on Saturday. But I think like I said, I think the positives are, a year coming in saying, hey, we want to stop explosive passes. We gave up one explosive, which was on a quarterback scramble. We took the ball away twice. I think we were really good on third down. just some quarterback runs we have to improve upon.
You mentioned Cincinnati's tempo picking up late in the game. What do you do? Is that something you feel like you have to address this week?
Yeah, I think so. I think once you put it on tape, it's on tape. Now, not many teams play like that very much anymore. But that being said, we have to address it. And then you have to address what happened when they went tempo, right? It wasn't like they went tempo and just that's what it causes, but just the detail and the communication. And I think when we watch the tape, taking it away from like these global macro, oh my gosh, we can't do that. Like, no, you just be where you're supposed to be, and just taking it back to football and taking it out of emotional statements, which sometimes after a game, players can be emotional. Coach, that's why I said, hey guys, on Friday, watch the tape, grade yourself, and Sunday come in and really dive into this tape. And it's like, oh, okay, we just do this a little better, this a little better. So it's the things I'm talking about, communicating the call, making the check, right on the right angle. A lot of those things, I think, if we we have to just get a little bit better at.
Coach, how pleased were you with special teams? It seemed pretty clean, and obviously Cunanan was awesome kicking.
Yeah, well, again, I don't want to go for all the negative narratives. I'm not going to go for all the positive ones because people keep saying that, but I wasn't completely happy with the special teams. Like, we kicked the ball out of bounds. The opening kickoff went out to the 27. So there were some good things, but like Eck got on the guys yesterday, and as he should. Like, we had chances for touchdowns. Like, first kickoff return should have been a touchdown. You watch the one block punt we go after. We have 3 guys go after it, untouched, and we don't block it. So, for us to be the team that we would like to be, we're going to have to take advantage of the opportunities we get. And so I thought they were good. The special teams were good, but they just weren't at the level. I mean, we didn't make any game-breaking plays. And we have really good players. And I want our players to go make plays. And I want them to line up. I don't want them to be cautious. I don't want them to worry about what if. I want them to live in a world of what is. And the what is, hey, go make the play. And so Eck shared that yesterday. And then I shared it again, too. Like, we give you a job to do. I want you to go out and do it and attack. I think Jacory made the first guy miss every time, yet we didn't have a ton of return yards because it was like the second guy. And so things that, a missed assignment here. So it can be way better. I was really happy with the battery. I was really happy with the snap, the hold, the kick. I was really happy to see, Kyle get out there and knock that ball through. I was really happy to see Arch get out there. I mean, they had no yards returning. You look, Marquise Buford, you look, the one down the field punt, his first punt, Marquise gets double. He runs through 2 guys. This guy played all the snaps at safety pretty much except for a few, and he's running on punt team. So I think there's a lot of good things, but I want our players to know that we expect to make big plays on special teams, and that's what Coach Eckler expects. So I expect it, and we had a chance to, and I wish we would have made a couple more of them.
Saturday is your home opener, even though Thursday probably felt a little bit like a home game. What's the anticipation being inside your stadium with all your fans here?
I can't wait. I think I don't know if there's anything better that I've been a part of in my life than a night game at Memorial Stadium. It's unbelievable. So yeah, Thursday night was awesome. I loved it. Like, it was, Andy Reid shakes all of our players' hands, talks to the team, right? Like, Patrick Mahomes is on the sidelines, like. Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. Just the who's who. Our fans showed up. They were so loud. So it was amazing. I just can't thank them enough. I mean, I'd love to go back there, to be quite honest, and play another game there at some point. But I love Memorial Stadium, and I love being at home. And, even though it felt like a home game, there's still for a lot of our guys, first time checking into a hotel, getting on the bus here. Like, there's a lot of different things that go into traveling, right? I say this not as just as something I always have to deal with. Like, we are still a really young team, and there's a lot of new guys. It's like, hey guys, this is what you do at the movies. This is what you do here. Like, so it was good to get that out of the way. But to be back at home, I think is going to be amazing, and I can't wait for the light show. We're doing the light show. I can't wait for the light show. I can't. We better do the first year I was like. Stop looking at the light show. And the second year, I was like, just look at the light show. It's amazing. So, yeah, I just can't wait. So, my wife, as a Lincoln business owner, loves the night games because she has all day for people to go in and get their hair done. And so I know it's probably good for the local economy because people are in town all day and spend the night. But I just can't wait to be at home. I can't wait to play in front of our students. You go down to Kansas City. I know a lot of fans went down. I don't know how many students went down. Maybe they did. Maybe I don't know. But I think playing in front of our students is really important because they are the next season ticket holders and they are the next fans. And so we have to grow the program. And when I say grow the program, not for when I'm here, for way after I'm gone, by playing well at home in front of your students, and they have great memories there. They meet their wife there. They propose at all these different things that happen. And so I'm excited for it, and I'm excited to play again too. The game's the most important part to me.
Do you have an overall assessment of Dylan Raiola's play?
Yeah, I think Dylan was excellent. I think anytime you throw the ball 42 times and we don't have a turnover, I'm going to say the quarterback played well, unless it's 42 times in a loss where you're trying to come back. I think there's maybe 3 plays he'd like back. The 4th and 2 that we didn't get. He made an aggressive check, which is part of the game. And I think if he would have just stayed with the play, he'd be the first to tell you that. So he said that. But I love that. I love the fact that he was aggressive. Like, we want to play that way. Like 4th and 2, we put the ball in his hands. He went and got it. The play he made to Luke Lindenmeyer, where he pulled the ball and ran and then put the ball on Luke's outside shoulder, and Luke dragged the guy to the 1. Too bad we didn't come away with a touchdown there, but those are big-time plays. I thought you saw Dylan advance the ball in the red zone, and that was a defense. That defense, I talked about it last week, that 3-2 defense, that's what we ran at Baylor. It's a great Big 12 defense. It's so hard to go against because they're going to constantly keep everything in front of you. So, we had 18, we were 10 of 18 on 3rd down, and one of them, and also we're 1 and 2 on 4th down. So you're 61%, I think that's 61% on, I think that's what they said to me, on 3rd down, but you're in way too many 3rd downs. You can't be in 18 3rd downs. And so, but part of that's the way that they play, right? Like, they're just constantly making you matriculate the ball. We set a goal of let's get the ball in play 55 times. What I mean by that is let's get 55 runs or completions. 52, like in the NFL, you'll say is a win, 56 sometimes in college. We were like 64 times, something like that. But we just never kind of broke them. And then when we got down the red zone, we had to kick 2 field goals, right? So, but I don't put that on him. I think what Dylan showed us was the maturity. Like, he's got Patrick Mahomes there, which he obviously respects and is friends with. And he's not out there. He wasn't out there trying to make cowboy plays. He was playing quarterback, and that's what I want. Like, we'll get better and better and better. I thought in the first half, our run game, we had 76 yards rushing in the first half. He was getting to the right checks, and I think he'd tell you there's maybe 1, maybe 2 plays he wishes he made a different check, but. Guys, we give him a ton of freedom. He has more freedom than most quarterbacks in the country probably have. And so, and he's right most of the time. And, he's right more than I would be. So I'll take it. So I thought he played excellent.
Looking for, like, when you, this running back discussion,